In this episode tonight, coming up, it's more chat about football. Hello! Never enthusiastic, is he? Hey?
Well, hello. This is my new hello.
Gordon Bennett. Anyway, this is Corby Town TV, and you can find us here on the YouTube channel. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification button, and you will never, ever miss an episode. Why would you ever want to miss an episode, Michael?
We would not want to miss an episode, and we need your support. So
Yes.
Keep tuning in and share it with all your friends and tell everybody.
And if you feature, hey, share it. So, I should at this point read out a long list of all the people that we should get to share. But I did speak to a couple of Corby Town fans the other day when we were away at Wellingborough. And, apparently they're going to go into the Steel Bar before the next game and get the bus from there.
Which is a good
It is a good thing.
Yes.
It's the right thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah. But let's talk about Wellingborough, the dog and duck, and, of course, the game in the trophy.
I thought it was really tough to see because I wasn't there.
Exactly. So it was a bit topsy-turvy. I think that's what they said in the NPL. NLP, non-league paper. That's what it said there. It was written by their local guy. So it was a bit of a topsy-turvy game. It went 1-0 up Wellingborough, 1-1 at half-time, 2-1 Corby, 2-2. And then in 90 minutes plus 4, it was little Alfie Wren.
I was filming a band at that point.
Oh, right.
And then when I saw the goal go in, I was jumping around and the camera got, Anyway.
But well taken goal. I spoke to him after the game. He's very happy with his position. He's very happy. We must get him into the club and speak to him. But yeah, a tremendous performance for Corby. If we look at the 90 minutes played, Corby are unbeaten in 10 games.
Yes.
So the only game they've lost was on penalties.
Yep.
So 10 games unbeaten, which is tremendous.
Did we manage to score a penalty on Saturday?
We did. I recorded that. It's out on the socials.
Yep.
Do you want that as well?
We've worked out a way to share off Chuck's phone and onto what I do, and hopefully we can bring that to you if we can sort it out properly.
So hopefully very soon we can have an interview with Rory McClory, the club captain. He's got a lot of good things to say. It was great to talk to him after the game as well. But yes, 3-2 at Wellingborough. Very tight game again. Like the game in the league, it was very tight. But to nip it and take the game in the last minute or so of play was tremendous. Both teams looked shattered when they came off the park. And I think Wellingborough will do all right in this league this season. I
think one that's always been a strange for me, and I'll say this, there's a lad called, and you know him, everyone will probably know him, it's Brett Solkin. I mean, for what is he, 42-year-old man as he is now?
I thought he was 47. But, yeah.
His fitness levels, and he was at another club down the road who we shan't mention, and he was part of their title winning team.
Yeah, he was here as well. He came here and played here for a bit.
Did he?
Yeah, he played for Corby Town. So he has been around a bit. He is, but he's not the player that he was. He doesn't play in the same position as was. He just sits at the back and sweeps everything up.
Yeah.
And to do that, you've got to be fit, you've got to be on your mettle, and you've got to know what you're doing. So I think they're very lucky at Wellingborough to have him in the squad. And there's, what's his name, Neo, who scored the first goal. Really, I think he's quite a good player. He should come and play for Corby Town. But I can't
they
see.
have Ichifano.
No, they have the other Ichifano.
That is the brother of the one that we had.
We had Joe Ichifano.
Yep.
And they've got his younger brother, I believe.
Tom.
Yes. And
Tom.
they were both coming out of Northampton. So, yes. And there was quite a few Northampton players there at the weekend. I think it's because there was no game at Cobblers. There was a game on at Sphinx, but nobody wants to talk about rugby. It's a silly game to pass the ball backwards, to go forwards. No. Silly.
Anyways, Chuck, the upshot of that all is the second qualifying round draw has now been made.
Only a qualifying round. Gosh.
And where are we about to travel to?
We will have to travel dark and deeply into Essex and to the town of Malden, where Malden and Tiptree play their football.
And that is to replace now our Loughborough Students game that will no longer be on the 21st. Is that correct?
We had a game here at Steel Park versus Lugabaruga Students. Lugabaruga Students are also in the draw for the second qualifying FA Trophy round. So that game has now been superseded by this game that we're away. So I think it means we haven't got a game at Steel Park in the whole of September, which is weird because in August we had 9 games and we played 5 of them here. So yes, now what can I tell you about Tiptree and Malden? You want to know this? This is super fact.
Or even Malden and Tiptree.
That as well. So they play in the Northern Division of the Isthmian League.
Step 4.
Yeah. So the same level as us.
Yep.
Absolutely the same level. They've so far played 4 games in the league and they have amassed 7 points.
Decent record.
So that's 1-2, 1 draw,
and
1 loss. So 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Malden is right on the estuary towards the coast and is a very, thank you very much, an old English town with roots going back 3,000 years. And Tiptree, Tiptree is the allegedly biggest village in England.
Wow. So my next question to you is what constitutes a village?
Wow, well, I don't really know. I think I don't know. The villages got churches. I don't know what makes it a village, but that's that's what it says in Wikipedia. And they're known as the Jammers. Their nickname is the Jammers. Now, I thought this had something about doing on the coast, and they're jamming kind of signals coming in from Europe. It's not far from Clacton, and we don't like Clacton. If you're ever thinking of going on holiday, don't go to Clacton for the simple reason, not for the next 4 years anyway. They're called the Jammers. I think it's because of Tiptree, because Tiptree Jam is quite a popular thing.
Right, okay.
It's a popular thing. But it's a small ground. Their home games, they're kind of getting between 150, 200, 250 around their mark. So, it'll be a good day out for the Steelmen. Next game, of course, is away.
Lytown,
which
is the old cricket ground come football ground with the old roof.
I'm sure that I will not tag lie when I write it, but I'll probably put a good tweet out about how good or bad the ground is. I'm not expecting good things. Lots of people say it's quite poor, but
old-fashioned.
Well, that's one word for it. But we have to go and play at these places. I think Corby are buoyant. They haven't started the season very well, and it's going to be a big old hard pitch. Hopefully, the rain might have caused us some appreciation and helped soften up the ground a bit. But
I do believe last year it was 1 each there, and we conceded late on again.
Yeah. But we battered them here, didn't we? It was one of the late games of the season. By that time, we were scoring goals and winning at Steel Park. So it must have been,
Was it not 0-0? Or have I misread that?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sure it was a boring 0-0.
Gosh. So I can't see that happening.
Put your answers on the back of a
postcard or a sealed down cigarette packet. Have a check at that one. But it's going to be a bit of a trip. It's one of the second longest trips we have in the league to Lytown. They're based in Starbridge, which is, of course, home of the Glass Boys.
It is indeed. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll be going there, bringing you some coverage of that game.
But we do have, so they're the next 2 weekends tidied up for you so you know what's happening. I'll have to check the fixtures to find out what we're doing the week, what will be the 28th of September. We're away again. We're away at Coventry Sphinx.
Coventry Sphinx.
I know this because on the 20th, there's a gig in the Steel Bar, and there's 4 comics on, and one very well-known local poet. He's all right. So you can get your tickets for that. 20th, of course, when they're going to be away in the trophy. The week after that, on the Friday night, I'm going to be in Wolverhampton watching and then we're playing Sphinx away. And then on the Sunday night, I'm going back to Birmingham to see what's Campesinos. So a very busy weekend. And then I'm going to get back to Corby to get on a train at 4:30, get to Lille, go to France.
Very good. Very good.
So yeah, so that's where we're at, Coventry Sphinx. And I haven't been at Coventry Sphinx before, so we'll have to see what that's like. But I think that's another ground that's kind of hasn't got an awful lot of amenities. But probably,
now, Coventry Sphinx,
Yeah.
now, if I remember, you have to walk down the stairs, you have to walk across the car park, right?
Yeah.
For the players to get to the tunnel. There was no boundaries around the ground of 3/4 of it the last time.
Yeah.
There's hardly any advertising boards. There is a stand with basically hardly anything in it. And I would think internet is probably,
And
it's everything you hate about a ground.
I bet it has got that horrible stench of burning flesh as well, which seems to happen at every non-league football ground, especially the ones I don't like Hinckley and other ones that I've been to. So where's that other one I've been? It's horrible. But yeah, I can't remember now. Histon probably. So that's where we're going at, and we'll be there. So we haven't got a home game in the month of September now.
Oh, well, okay.
But we've got some big games coming up, of course. So that's where we're at. And but what we did do on Saturday, or I did after the game, is had a quick chat with our club captain, Rory McCauley.
Yep.
And therefore, why not? If you want to watch that, here it is. Back in action this afternoon, 3-2 victory for Steelmen in the FA Trophy. It must be nice, first of all, to be playing football, but you've actually scored a goal this afternoon. You must be chuffed.
I know, yeah. I've been wondering when that first goal would come, so I'm glad to get out of the way now. It was a good win from the boys. We didn't play our best, but we've got a good attitude within the squad that we're never out of the game, and to get a last-minute winner always feels really good. And
we haven't actually spoke to you at Corby Town TV before, but how are you finding Corby Town, playing here and working on Setch?
Love it. I'm really enjoying my time here. Spoke to Setch in the summer. I spoke to him end of last season as well, nearly come then. So I'm just glad to finally be with him, and he's got a great set of lads here. The club's run really well. All the people there have been really welcoming, and I'm really enjoying my time here. Hopefully lots of good times to come ahead.
And talk us through your goal, second goal, that put Corby ahead 2-1 before being pulled back to 2-2. And then the final goal going in from Alfie on the last kick of the game. But talk us through yours, because you're at the back stick on your own.
Yeah, I think we've had a set play. The ball's been recycled back out. It's gone over to Alf, who's won a great header. And yeah, my eyes lit up at the back stick as it come over. Sort of keep coming at me, so I just closed my eyes and stuck my head out, and luckily enough, I saw the net ripple.
Excellent. Well, good work this afternoon. Back in the bag on Monday in the draw for the FA Trophy. Anybody you want to play against?
No one in particular. We'll just concentrate on what we do. Whoever we get, we've got to try and beat whoever's put in front of us. We want to have a good cup run. Start drawing some teams from leagues above when we can. Create a few good days at the club for the fans and for the players. Go as far as we can and see where that takes us.
You've mentioned the fans. A quick word to the fans. Obviously, they're a bit noisy at Steel Park. Not so noisy here this afternoon. There was quite a few here, though.
No, I've been really impressed with the fans. Everywhere we've gone, we seem to have just as many fans at away grounds as the home team. When they get behind us at Steel Park and make some noise, it's really, really good for the players to play in. We all talk about it, how much we love it, and if we just keep winning, we want more people to turn up and get the place packed out, and just, as I said, create some good moments that everyone will remember in a few years to come.
Rory, appreciate your time. Thanks very much.
Lovely. Cheers, mate.
Well, how was that? Nice to talk to him, wasn't it?
It was a very nice chat.
It was.
He's a very nice man.
He's got a lot of things to say. he's been around football a bit. Well, yeah, he's played for a lot of teams. But I think it might be an interesting thing to have him actually here in front of the camera one day. I think he'd like that opportunity. So we'll get him in here on one occasion and we'll sit down and have a proper chat with him. So it was just a quick chat after the game. He was buoyant because he scored a goal.
Right. Okay.
He did get his head in, scored number 2 goal. And he was very pleased with that. But he obviously, you heard it there. He's very happy in being at Corby. He thinks the fans are great. He thinks it's a good setup, and he thinks it's a great bunch of lads. So well done, Rory McCauley. Thanks for doing that for us.
Appreciated.
Yeah.
So of the FA Youth Cup, I don't believe that's been done or announced yet. If it has, then check the social medias, because if you didn't watch last week's episode, we won a really good game, 3-2 away at Desborough. Having beaten them 7-0 in the first game, people would have probably gone there thinking, "Oh, this would be easy." It wasn't.
And you enjoyed that. You did a little bit of one-on-one with the camera in front of the new stand.
Yeah, I did.
At Desborough. So
nice, isn't it?
It looks okay. It was another pitch that's annexed to a cricket pitch at the Waterfields, or Waterworks. But that's there's not many of them left anymore, is there?
Nope.
But there's still some to come this season, it seems. So, we're looking forward to that and see what the draw is. Corby Town youth, they're looking good, aren't they? Obviously,
they played. They played 2 games. One in the cup and one in the league. As I say, both against Desborough. 4 of them that played last week were only 15, which is might not sound great, but it's a big jump.
And I believe that Gary Setchell was there watching.
I don't know. I never saw Gary.
Oh, right, okay.
Stevie Noble was there. You may have seen the interview I had with Stevie and how pleased he was with the under-18s and the progress of the first team this year as well. Stevie gave quite an in-depth interview. So if you haven't watched that podcast, go back, because it will be interesting to listen to.
Yeah. It's good that we're managing to catch up with a lot of things. There is some ladies football happening soon as well, and we want to bring you updates from that, and we'll probably have word with Phil soon and speak to him and see how he feels about the team and how they're going forward.
Yeah, I think that's something that we really want to do, is to bring people in and, players and managers and whatever, just bring them in more often. And I've just been having a chat with, apologies, but I don't know his name. Paul
Crawley. Paul Crawley.
Right. Crawley.
Yeah, the PS.
Right.
PCS.
Okay. And the plan is they have a tournament coming up. I think their first games of the season at Redwell in Wellingborough. And I think he said it must be the 22nd.
All right.
That's when their season will start. At some point during the season, I said to him, I will try and get along. It won't be that. Because we're away in Malden, aren't we? And then I want to get back because Anthony Joshua, Dubois, and then no, I'm probably not going to get to that one.
No, all right. But we'll try and cover as many. And if you're out there watching this and you're part of another Corby Town team that's wearing the badge, wearing the kit, and you think, well, we should be on it, let us know. We can't we can't take guesses about who should be in. So tell us, contact us, all the usual social addresses, and just say, we think our team needs to be on there. And if you've got any coverage or you've got some pictures, where we'll take them on board and put them up here, and everybody can see them, because this is Corby Town TV for everybody that plays under Corby Town.
There should never be a situation where people say we don't get the opportunity, because this man and myself on camera are giving people the opportunity to come forward and say, we want to come on.
So, it's difficult for us. Obviously, we're doing this voluntary, but we've got some time. If we can set it aside and get you on, we will do. That's no problem at all. So we've seen the draw. We've talked about the FA Trophy. We've talked about the draw. We've talked about where we're going next. We've talked about the next away game in live. We've then got the game in the Trophy second qual. You've got the youth team. That's on tonight. There will be some details in here very soon. Should we cut to that now?
Yes, here it is.
Here we go then. This is the highlights of the youth team at Steel Park tonight versus
Russian and Diamonds.
Get in there.
Corby faced Russian and Diamonds in a league game this evening, a team that Corby struggled to get past last season. In fact, they didn't beat them at all. Corby came out of the blocks really quickly. The Russian keeper made a numerous amount of saves to try and keep them in the game, and Corby were definitely the driving force and looked more likely. Unfortunately for Corby, they did go behind to a well-taken goal very early on, but within a minute, given away, and Lionel was there to capitalise on a terrible mistake in the Russian defence. Corby then continued to pile on the pressure, chance after chance, and this one again should have been buried, but unfortunately it wasn't. Rushden then took the lead through a penalty, but that didn't deter Corby at all. They kept pushing forward, and again the keeper was on numerous occasions saving their bacon, if you like. Corby again through on goal. Again, the keeper was there. I guess on the night it was always going to be a difficult game for Corby because, you know, they didn't manage to get past this team at all last season, but they managed to try and force their way back into the game. But before half-time then, it was no more than they deserved. They managed to level the score again. I think, you know, this was Lionel again, burying that one nice and neatly on the evening itself. The actual team, which I should have gone through, was Hughes, Durack, Challoner, Zamfir, Hyder, Clark, Hutchison, Stevens, Juzia, and Messina. Corby came into the second half with the same, really, just pushing more and more forward. And they took control of the game with some wonder strikes. There was 2 in a minute. Absolutely brilliant. And that led the way for Corby to take complete control of the game. The second one, again, from outside the box, what a sweet strike that was. Maybe even better than the first one. And again, all the players were happy to celebrate. Unfortunately, this time they didn't come over and say hello to us when they scored the goal. Carl Hutchinson then stepped up and buried one from the free kick, and Carl was kind enough to come over and say hello after the goal and have a little celebration. So me and Dave could take some pictures and video. This one was very close again, and keeper couldn't handle it. Another goal. At this time, Corby was 6-3 up. And again, as you can see, they came over and said hello after the goal, which is always nice to see for us because it's good for the cameras. Anyways, Corby just kept pushing, and by this time, I mean, Rushden looked out on their feet, to be honest. And certainly Corby were unlucky here not to go another one. But the game wasn't ended, and Corby just, well, the front three were causing Rushden problems all the evening. And I guess, you know, if it hadn't been for the keeper, then the scoreline would have been even greater than the 7-3 that it actually finished. This was the final goal that was buried more or less right on time. And Corby were, happy to walk away with a very, very comfortable 7-3 victory. And that goal is probably coming up in a minute because I'm too quick for the video. Anyways, I'm not going to stop it. Here we go. Oh, another save from the keeper. Oh, that keeper did make so many saves this evening. Now, this must be the 7th goal in what was a 7-3 victory for Corby in a league game. Like I said, they didn't manage to beat Rushden last year. So this was very pleasing for the management team. And Corby were on their way.
Great to see some youth football.
Very much so.
Well done, youth team. The game's coming up here. I would say the next game is against Diamonds again, but in a different competition. Now, there was a charity game That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, we were trying to find. Yeah.
So local charity match raises almost 1,800 quid, and this is, of course, obviously Corby Town was very happy to support a very local and worthwhile cause on that Sunday. The charity event was in aid of Florence Bark. Florence was diagnosed with acute melanoma leukemia, and the family themselves have been campaigning for individuals to get themselves signed up to stem cell research. But there was a game here, they played on the pitch. There were 60 players took part in front of a bumper crowd. Many people involved, and well done to everybody that helped raise money for that very special cause indeed.
And there's some lovely pictures taken of all the teams from Corby Town, ladies and girls.
Oh, I've seen that. That's on the website. Yeah,
yeah. And we'll put that on here for you as well.
What I would say, that if you have a spare 5 minutes, I did post this out on Instagram, just go to the website. You don't need to do any. Just log on to it. Because when I look at the figures, it doesn't look like anybody's been on there. I'd really like everybody to try this week, maybe the Thursday night when this comes out, log on to the website, scroll through it and log off. Simple as that, because I'd like to see a bit of a peak on viewers. We do have daily people looking at the website, but it just seems as if, I don't think it's capturing the information that it should do as much as it should. So, yeah. But then again, I think it should also be changing very soon.